Welcome back. In this video lecture, we will see the institutional structure of Indian power sector. I hope that by the end of this lecture, you will be able to list the different components and players in Indian electricity sector. So, I have already mentioned in the previous lectures that Indian electricity sector has a federal structure where central government and state governments do have their role in improving the electricity in our country. And in particular, electricity, or what we call it as a power, electric power, it is in the concurrent list of Indian Constitution. And one more thing is the regional load dispatch centers, which we call them as RLDCs. These are the apex bodies in regional grid operation. They will supervise and control operation of inter-regional and also interstate transmission systems. And in turn, these RLDCs, they will provide guidance to SLDCs for security of the grid. SLDCs over the state level dispatch centers, they will supervise and control the state power transmission systems. Now, we will have a quick look at the institution structure. On the generation side, we do have state GENCOs. Every state has its own GENCO, and CPSUs, where central power generation units and independent power generation units, which do come under private players, and captive power plants, what we call them nowadays as microgrids. Okay, so captive power plants. These are the different types of generations in our country. And on the transmission side, we do have private utilities, which is slowly improving in our country. On the national level, we do have PGCIL, Power Grid Corporation of India Limited, which looks after the transmission at the central level. And at the state level, we do have state transmission utilities. And on the distribution side, it is completely in the hands of the state governments. We do have DISCOMs, sometimes franchises, private players are also in the picture. So all these do have distribution. And on the consumption side, we know that there are different types of consumers of there: agricultural, domestic, commercial, industrial, etc. And there are captive consumers also. And in between all these people, it is a serial order cycle, generation to transmission to distribution and then to consumption. Sometimes power trading also do happens with the help of exchanges. We do have IEX in our country as of now, which trades power, where we can trade power. And if you can carefully see, I can show you the different institutions which are there in our country. You might be knowing few of them, and if not, I'll be just listing out the names of a few of utilities. So first, on the central side, you know that these are generation utilities. On the central side, we do have NTPC. NTPC stands for National Thermal Power Corporation. NHPC stands for National Hydel Power Corporation. And this is Northeastern Electricity Power Corporation. And this is Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited. These are all the generation utilities at the central level. At the transmission level, they do have power grids. And for maintaining the system operation point of view, they do have National Load Dispatch Center and Regional Load Dispatch Centers. These are 5 in number, which take care of the regional grids. And on the finance side, they do have this PFC, Power Finance Corporation, and also REC, Rural Electricity Corporation, and IRED, Indian Renewable Energy Development Authority. So these are the central sector companies: generation, transmission, system, finance, and also trading. Also, we do have Power Trading Corporation of India Limited, and this is NVVNL. I think it is NTPC Vidyut Vanijya Nigam Limited. I think it is completely subsidiary of NTPC, where they will be trading the power which is being generated by the NTPC. Okay. And coming to authorities which make the laws, one, we do have CEA, Central Electricity Authority, which is the highest authority in our country, and RPCs, Regional Power Committees, which are constituted to look after the regional grids, regional power committees. And Yeah, ultra mega power projects are there, independent projects are there, and coming to the R&D side, they do have CPRI, Central Power Research Institutes, National Power Training Institute, and Power Systems Training Institute. These are all bodies which are take care of the research and development happening in the electricity sector. And in the state sector, you know that generation, transmission, GenCo, Transco, Discoms will be there, state load dispatch centers will be there, and independent power producers are also there. And if any problem occurs among all these things, you do have appellate tribunal, and tariffs of all these guys, the electricity will be finalized by the Central Electricity Regulatory Commission and the State Electricity Regulatory Commission. Now, this is the Post Electricity Act 2003. See, we do have GENCOs. See, you can generation, transmission, distribution, and the utilization of the 4 levels, which we generally speak about the power systems. Either GENCO, DISCO can directly contact the GENCO, and there can be a transmission of power, which again DISCO provides it to the customer. Or customer can directly trade with the GENCO, or customer he can go with the traders. Traders can directly buy from the GENCO. Or here traders can come into picture either here or here, if you can carefully see. Here it is open access transmission which we are implementing, and open access distribution, this is also we are trying to implement. And there is a concept called as retail competition also, which we are trying to implement. And there is a wholesale competition where power is also being traded. Right. So this is the scenario of Electricity Act post 2003, where there is an open access transmission and open access distribution. This is a little bit doubt even for me also whether it is happening or not. But by 2025, we do expect that there will be open access transmission and open access distribution. With the successful implementation of AEA 2022 or 23, we hope that that will be happening. And once again, an institutional framework. Any things which I might have left over, the bodies, so that you can come across: NPCIL, Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited; autonomous, these are training institutes: CPRI, R&D Institute, Central Power Research Institute, National Power Training Institute; PSUs, NTPC, NHPC, National Thermal Power Corporation, Hydel Power Corporation, Northeastern Electric Power Corporation, Rural Electricity Corporation, Power Grid Corporation, Power Finance Corporation. This is, I think, Sutlej Jal. I think somewhere it is somewhere in Punjab. It is an Hydel plant, and these are statutory bodies: Central Electricity Authority, Central Electricity Regulatory Commission. This is Appellate Tribunal. This is Central Transmission Unit. This is POSOCO, which Power System Corporation Limited, and I do doubt about these two things. And this is National Institute of Wind Energy, Solar Energy, Renewable Energy, Solar Energy Corporation of India Limited, Indian Renewable Energy and Development Authority. So all these things, these are government bodies. If you are on the graduate side, you can find jobs on all these institutes. Okay, so that's it. And on the state government side, we do have GENCOs, Transcos, and Discoms, State Transmission Utilities, and the State Load Dispatch Center, and State Electricity Regulatory Commission. So that's it. I think I have listed all the components in place in the electricity sector. I hope that you can list the same too. Thank you. So these are the questions which I'll be asking, lecture level questions. List at least 2 central sector companies, and you need to list out at least the peculiarities of individual these targets. Okay.